Hey, it's David Beck from BreezeFlippers back in the shipping room. Not a horrible week for sales. Had a few that are pretty decent actually, so very happy about that. It's been a long holiday weekend, and yes, this video is one day late, but I'll tell you why shortly because I took some of my own advice. So we're going to talk about some sales, we're going to talk about what's going on, and maybe some things coming up for this week. So let's get into it. Like I was saying, it's not been a terrible week. We've actually had about 20 sales this week, a little over almost $600 in sales. So not going to complain. Again, you know, we're part-time. This is good for me. So I'm very happy with it. We'll talk about what sold real quick. I'll tell you why though, real quick, why I didn't put out a video yesterday or today. Actually, normally it would come out. Normally I would tape it on Sunday and that, but I took my own advice. I actually relaxed yesterday for Sunday. I just kind of didn't do anything. We hung out with some neighbors, did a barbecue, and just relaxed. It was nice. I got up early, did some listings, and did a few things before the day started because, you know, I just always try to look at everything and see how it goes. But I didn't do a whole lot. I was just kind of nice to step away from everything. You got to catch a breather every once in a while, guys. And today I actually didn't really do anything either. I got up again this morning and did a few listings, but then the whole day today I've been tearing out a deck. So if I look exhausted, it's because I am. So I tore out an entire deck, and we're getting ready to put in some pavers. So that's next weekend's project. So I may look tired again on next Sunday, but yeah, no, you got to every once in a while step away and do something that for family, or do something that's, you know, going to make you relax a little bit. While today wasn't relaxing, it was something that definitely needed to get done. But like I said, we did have some orders. First thing that went out, I'll tell you, is we sold a set of 4 PS2 sports games. It was a lot of 4. ESPN, like NFL, 2K, there was Sports NCAA 07, Madden 07. Anyway, that went out for $9. And I think we got, $6.99 shipping, I believe. Might have been $5.99, I have to look at it. And then I sold some comics, and again, I'm going to throw these up on the screen, guys, because these are have already shipped and already sold earlier this week. We'll get to the stuff that hasn't shipped yet at the end here. But I also sold some Lady Killer #1 through 3. It was some comics, and these are practically new mint. This is 2015 Dark Horse. So apparently there was talk of a movie, and I had some of these comics I'd gotten in a big box that I bought from Golden Auctions, and so I sold the single one already, did pretty good on that. And then I sold these and actually got $41.39, and those will go out with free shipping. Now, the next thing I'll show you is a camera. And I typically don't sleep on cameras. If there's a digital camera and it's at least over 3 megapixels, I will generally pick them up. If the price is low enough, and honestly the price has to be pretty low. The price on this one was somewhere in the vicinity of it was $4. Okay, so I picked it up. It was a Canon PowerShot A400 3.2 megapixel digital camera. It had 1 gigabyte card in it and a couple other cards. It had some accessories, a case, had the instructions, everything was with it. Ended up selling it for $59.99, and I think we got, let me look here, I'm almost positive we got like $6 or $8.99 shipping. I got to look at it, but I don't remember. But anyway, it was somewhere in there. It was more than enough to cover the shipping. But the cameras will do typically pretty good. You got to test them, check them, you know, and take a look at them. A lot of times, even if you test them and they don't work, you can still sell them. You'll still make some money on them, and not a lot, but I knew this one was decent. It's not one of the top ones, but somebody always looking for them. So there's a lot of people out there that want digital cameras still. Also sold a University of Alabama Crimson Tide hat. It was a one-size-fits-all. It was the top of the world. It was a stretch hat, so basically doesn't have the straps in the back. But I did sell that one for just $7, and we get $4.99 shipping on those. I was just kind of happy that it sold. It's been sitting in the inventory for a while, so it was not a bad thing at all. Next, we sold a little car. I bought these cars at a garage sale. I walked up to the table, and there's just all these little metal cars, you know, little small scale, like ones with the doors open and all that stuff. And this one on these same kind of thing. And a little boy walked up, and he wanted to buy one, and so she sold it to him for $1. So I was like, I walked around and I was waiting for them to go, and he got all the cars that he wanted. It was just a couple of them. And I go, so is that dollar thing still good? And she's like, why? I go, I'll buy them all. She goes, oh, okay. So anyway, I ended up getting them all for $1. I've sold most of them, and I mean, they're not huge sellers, guys. I mean, but they're not hard to photograph, and you know the model and everything's on the bottom of them, so they photograph and do well. But this one was a Jada 2005 Ford GT, 132nd die-cast car with the open doors and everything. It sold for $799. I think it's $599 shipping. I don't know. I'll check the shipping on those guys. When I put the picture up there, it'll tell me what the real shipping was. But if I was wrong, I'm sorry. So also sold a 2010 McFarlane NFL Playmakers Tony Romo Cowboys figure, which is a 4-inch figure that was new sealed. Picked it up at the garage sale actually this year. Guy had a few collectibles there that he just wanted $2 for them, so I was like, yeah, I'll pay $2 for that. Ended up selling for $24.99. I believe that was free shipping. Also picked up a baseball bat at a garage sale earlier this year. And speaking of that, several people have spoken. It doesn't sound like, I mean, it sounds like everybody would be okay with me putting some picking videos on this same channel. I'm going to do that for a while. So picking videos take a little longer to produce. So there's just a lot more dead space and things you have to take out and work. Whereas this, I'm pretty much just talking. It's a talking head video. It's a lot easier. Unless I'm doing something or trying to show you something on the screen, it's not really that hard. But I will put up some picking videos. So I'll comb through it and kind of start with the older ones and kind of bring it through and show you some of the things that go on in the this part of Florida. It's not sometimes not the greatest picking. This weekend was okay. It wasn't super great, but we did find a few things. It was not bad, and I'm not going to complain. But you know, there's just some days that it just doesn't seem like there's as much stuff going on here as there is in like South Florida. So, but I did sell a baseball bat. It was a Rawlings Wicked Alloy 27-inch, I think 21 ounce, something like that. Anyway, 2-inch barrel. It was a youth bat, kind of cool looking, but very clean. And ended up getting $15.99, and I think that would have $7.99 shipping at least. The next thing was a game. So I don't know, games seem to be a little bit more popular right now. This one was sealed, but it is an older in an older tin. It's the vintage Tiddlywinks from 2002 by Channelcraft. And it was new, but the box had a little bit of wear. It sat in my inventory for a while. I picked it up at a estate sale last year, but $11.99, I think $4.99 shipping, or $5.99, one or the other. So the next thing I sold, honestly, and I was just about to pull all these down because that's going to happen this week, I think. I'm tired of selling singles of these, but it was a 1994 Matchbox No. 3 Military Army Green Hummer vehicle. I says I-70 from Thailand, but anyway, I got a whopping $3.32 for it, and I think $4.99 shipping. Honestly, guys, there's just it drives my ASP down. It's not that big a deal, the ASP to me, but it is the amount of work. I mean, if you're going to do something for $3 or $4, but it, you know, I don't work too hard at it. I have these little card things that I just stuff them into, and I put them in a regular envelope, or you know, a bubble wrap envelope, and send them out. They're not terrible to do, but just not worth that time and effort. But I still have a bunch of those things that are, you know, under the $15 mark, so I need to start cleaning them out. It's just a question of getting the time to do it. Also sold, though, speaking of cars, this is actually a Hot Wheels Nostalgia Series, Nostalgia Series Masters of the Universe 59 Cadillac. It was new in the box, so it's mint and packaged. Basically, this thing was, I picked them up, I think I picked them up off of Dibbed It. I'm almost positive I did. And got a bunch of them, different ones, but this one sold $16.99, and that was free shipping. So not to be outdone, though, we did sell a Starbucks cup. That Starbucks cup, I picked it up at a thrift store, and matter of fact, it was the Waterfront thrift store. I think it was just right at $3. Ended up selling it for $9 though, so not that great. So I think we got $6.99 shipping on it. Now the stuff that we sold coming up, this is the stuff that we've sold just this weekend. And so this is, I believe, Stampin' Up! Daydream Medallion set 1 of 2 mounted rubber stamps. So these are just stamps. I bought at a big estate sale that they had in a building. I bought probably 2 bins full of Stampin' Up! Stuff because at that time I thought it would be great. They've been okay, guys. I mean, if you don't mind sitting on them, they've been okay, but they took a long time to sell. This one has finally sold. $14.99, $6.99 shipping. So that's, you know, at least it sold. So, but I still have a few more. I probably won't buy those again unless I was getting them for pennies on the dollar. I mean, people will buy them, especially I think around the holidays. That seems to be really more popular with the Stamping Up team. So, and I did buy some again, I think at a garage sale in Texas when we were visiting my brother, but again, they're selling. So eventually, slowly but surely, they are selling. Sold another comic, but it's kind of like a comic, but this is more like a trade paperback. So this is actually Star Trek Voyager Elite Force Special Collector's Edition from 2000. It's pretty good shape, fine plus I said, but ended up getting $17.09 for that. This will go out free shipping as well. Let's see. Oh, this one. Oh, okay, guys, this might be a bolo-ish. I'm saying bolo-ish, okay? If you don't know what a bolo, be on the lookout for. My daughter found this one actually, so she was the one that told me. She goes, "Hey, Dad, get this. It could be valuable." I'm like, "Okay." It is Vintage Barbie Horse Adventures Mystery Ride PC game, and it doesn't have the cover, but it does have the back, and that sold for $21.24, and it'll go out free shipping. So not going to complain about that. So, and I think I spent let's see. I don't even think I spent $1 on it, to be honest with you. Yeah, it says $1 on there, so didn't spend much, so that's worth it. Next thing it went out, this was kind of a newer one, but it's a beanie cap. This is a New York Yankees beanie. I think it's vintage. It's an adult size with the embroidered logo. So this sold for $14.99, and it'll go out free shipping because it's going to be easy to ship. So I figured that's not going to cost much for shipping. We also sold some Legos. So this is actually Legos Technic, if you can kind of see it in there. This is a almost complete car, but it wasn't quite complete. It's the roll pullback kind of a car, but it's a racing car. And most of the parts are there. I said it was nearly complete, but I said it wasn't. It might be incomplete, but it does have the pullback motor, but didn't go for a whole lot. It was actually, I picked it up the same time I picked up all those cars. So it was, you know, I didn't pay much for it. I think, matter of fact, I was just looking to see, I paid $1 for it. So not bad. Ended up selling for $8, and this will get, I think, $7.99 shipping. So it's pretty light, so I don't think it's going to cost much. Last but not least, all right, this is part of I talked about this last week. I had my daughter, where she lives, they have a shed or a garage that they all put stuff in that can't go in the compactor. And she picked up an entire set of golf clubs there. And she's like, "Dad, were these any good? Will you want these?" I'm like, "Grab them." So I finally got them from her because I just kept forgetting them. And I ended up bringing it home and listing it. I already sold the putter, one of the putters earlier this week. This one sold just yesterday. And it is, I'll tell you what it is. It's a TaylorMade. Is it TaylorMade? Yeah, TaylorMade. I got to read it because I don't know exactly what it was. It's kind of a neat club. It's an R1 driver, 8 to 12 degrees, adjustable right hand, Aldi RIP Phenom 55G Flex, 45 inches. So this is fully adjustable, I guess. So you're talking to a guy who knows as much about golf as I don't know a lot about golf. I don't know a lot about equipment. I know a lot about golf. I used to manage a golf course, but I don't know this. This is the most high-tech driver I've ever seen. So it's got the measuring on the bottom. You can adjust the loft, I guess, and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of cool. But anyway, I ended up getting $75.99, $12.99 shipping. So from zero cost to $75, that's a win. That's definitely a win. So that's what's going out. Like I said, this week, a little over $500 in sales, so which is really good. 20 total sales. Not going to complain. And like I said too, you know, we're still at even for the year compared to last year. I mean, we're just within 1% or 2%. So it's just like, we're not setting the world on fire. But we are doing a lot of stuff, you know, and we talk about this all the time. You know, try to adjust, try to fix things, try to figure out why stuff isn't selling. But one thing I tell you has been working is we've upped the amount of dollars I'm listing every day. So listing some new things and relisting some items and fixing those. So we're keeping that between $250 and $300 every day. It seems like that's helping. We do get sales, and like I said, right now they're not huge sales. I think it's going to be interesting. I still want to go through and look at what's sold for this year, and really want to look at it probably since the tariffs. You know, when did that start, to see what kind of items they're selling, because I think that'll give a good idea as to maybe what to concentrate on and look for other stuff. So, you know, to try to kind of keep in there. I know people are doing well on clothes. I know a lot of people that do well on clothes. I'm just not a big clothes fan. I don't like photographing them. I don't like doing them. If I could get my wife to do them, maybe that would be it. And maybe we would just put it on a different store so we didn't mess with our store for any reason, because, you know, with clothes, you really got to offer free returns. You know, it's just a lot of stuff, because there's always that chance you're going to get a lot of returns. And so we don't really, it's not something I'm really excited about. So that's one of the reasons why we don't do clothes. So, but that's kind of what's going on, guys. It's going to be a shorter video today. I'm going to work on some stuff for this week for the midweek video, but I'm kind of wondering if, you know, take a poll here. Is anything you guys want to talk about? Anything you guys want to hear? I'll work on another couple prompts. I actually have a whole series of prompts that I'm going to be, little tips that I'm going to be running on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, on little shorts, just to kind of help on some stuff, because, you know, like I said, I work with AI a lot, and so some of the stuff I hope that it helps. I hope some of the stuff that you actually have heard has helped, or you guys have been able to use some of it. And if you haven't, that's okay too. You know, but I love to hear you guys' ideas. I love the comments. I really appreciate it. If you've gotten this far, I hope you can subscribe. We're trying to build this channel, and I like to do as much good as I can. So I kind of made the decision that, you know, hey, I'm going to teach a little bit and try to help, you know, like I said, I don't know everything, but I do know a few things. So I hope I can help somebody out. If I can help one or two people out, it's worth it to me. And, you know, in the meantime, I've met some people on here that I think are friends, you know, so I really appreciate the comments and everything that you guys said. There's been so many kind things said, a lot more than the not nice things said. So I appreciate all that. So like I said, I'm just trying to get through the week, and we're going to see if we can. It's a short week, right? So, hey, we got 4 days of work. So, and there'll be another big weekend. And that's when I'm going to be laying a patio, so that's going to be a little bit of work. So maybe I'll show you guys what's going on with that sometime. And I will be working on some picking videos, so I'll try and put one of those out a week here pretty soon. So I'm just kind of pulled together and figuring out how to edit them and stuff. I'm still learning how to edit, guys. This isn't something I naturally have done. So your videos that you're getting from me have progressed a little bit and gotten a little better. But, you know, I'm still shooting them on a GoPro, and, you know, I have a microphone, but that's gotten better. But, you know, they're just basic edits. So, you know, I always and open to tips. So if you guys want to give me a tip, I'll listen. So anyway, that's what's going on with us. I hope things are going on great with you. I hope this is an easy and a great week for you. Hopefully we will get into this. We won't get to the summer slowdown, and everybody will just keep trucking away through summer and get ready for a huge Q4, which I think for resellers is going to be really good. We may talk about that in the future, because I feel like toys and different things like that that are affected by the tariff are going to be big, especially kind of the used and the really, you know, nicely used toys that I think are going to be really big. So something to think about for Q4. So anyway, that's what's going on with us. I hope it's great, and we'll be talking to you guys soon. I'll put another video out later this week. I'm David Beck from BreezeFlippers. We'll see you.